good music.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Patricia. If you're new here, welcome. I am a Nigerian living in Germany. I study in Germany. I'm a student here. And honestly, since I did my video about steps to study in Germany, I've been getting a lot of questions, tons and tons of questions about how one is supposed to go about all the German language, how one can learn it easily, what to do for their entrance exam and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a video for you guys because cool down, I got you, okay? I got you guys. So today I'm going to be telling you the tricks, the tips, advices. So number one, first and foremost thing you're supposed to do, of course, to get a learning material, right? You have to get your books. At the end of this video, I'll be showing you guys some of the books that I used that helped me while doing the Deutsch course and also for my entrance examination. I mean now to the preparatory course, that's the student colleague. And this is where I get tons of questions like, are there any learning materials? Do I have to buy anything to help me? You know, so one thing I will say is that German language is a very complicated language because of all the articles and conjugations, but we are going to get into that later on in the video. So number one, I would definitely suggest that you get some learning materials. There are so many wonderful books out there. Secondly, I would strongly advise that you speak the German language. Just blow it, okay? Just blow it. Even if you're committing the biggest blunder in history, just blow it. It is none of their business. It is none of their business. And Germans are very good in the fact that they are always eager to help whenever they see someone who is also eager to learn their language. They really like it when they see foreigners speaking their language and all that. So I would strongly advise, no matter how bad you think your German language is, just speak it, because if you don't speak it and make a mistake, there is no way you're going to be corrected, thereby leaving you to be in the same standard you were. Like, there won't be any improvement. Did that make any sense? But yeah, just speak it. No matter how you think it's bad, just speak it. There's always someone there to correct you, you know? A big part of learning a language and mastering it is by practice, right? Practice and patience. You have to speak it. Another thing I would say is you have to practice a lot of writing. It's also something I found out that helped me when I was doing my German language. Like, I wrote a lot. I wrote essays, I wrote letters, I wrote articles. Like, there was this article that I found on my computer recently, and I was like, wow, I wrote this. And I was so proud of myself because after reading it, I was like, okay, there are a few mistakes here and then, but to think that I wrote it then while I was still learning, well, I am still learning the language. It's okay, let me tell you guys, if you came here thinking that you're going to learn German in 5 days, it's not going to work. Like, let's just forget it, okay? Let's just, it's just not possible, okay? You cannot learn German language in 5 days. And I don't even think you can learn any language in 5 days. So please, if anybody is deceiving you, all these online courses, online apps and everything, they'll tell you, learn German in 2 days, 5 days. It's a lie. You have got to sit down your ass and learn. You have to learn. You have to be serious, honestly, because if you don't take this language serious, if you are not writing constantly, I think I was talking about writing and then I progressed to something else. I am sorry, I tend to deviate often. So talking about writing now, you have to definitely write a lot, write things. If you know anyone who would, like your teacher, let's just say your teacher, you could always write something and give to your teacher to correct it for you. It's really an improvement, and I would say it really helped me. Yeah, so get your pen and paper and start writing something today, okay? The next thing I would highly suggest that you do if you are really interested in learning this language is getting friends, like making friends and colleagues who speak German language. Do not stay in a circle of people who do not speak German language for up to 24 hours. Like, don't even do it, because they are going to kill you. Do you hear me? Like, they are going to just bring you down, like draw you backwards. You always have to be with people who speak this language so that you'll be forced to speak it, no matter how bad. And it's also okay, because then you know you are within your friend, like you're in the midst of your friends, and like, what could go wrong if you commit a grammatical blunder or something? I would highly suggest, so this is something that I didn't do. Like, you guys know that if you've been watching me for a very long time, you know that I lived with my aunt like the first few years of me being in Germany, and it really, I would say, was a setback in terms of the development of my language, because at home we are just speaking Igbo and English, you know. I really wasn't into that whole, you know, German environment. I only got to speak German language when I go to school. And even though my cousin here at home speaks German, but still you're always like tempted to speak to her in your own language where you are comfortable. So it's also another thing, you have to step out of your comfort zone, make friends who speak German, and yeah, that is something I would really advise you to do. Another thing that will really help you go a long way is by taking it seriously. I believe that when people put in effort into something they really want to do, you know, they obviously get an outcome, like a positive outcome. You have to be very serious. I know a couple of times, like not even a couple of times, like this happens to me 2 times a day, or yeah, something in that circle, you know. When I speak with people like Germans or people that were born here, and they like ask, for how long have you been in Germany? And I'll be like, just 3 years and 6 months. And I'll be like, wow, you speak really good German. Then I'll be like, okay, but still I don't get A's in my German exams or things like that. I don't write any German exams right now, but I was just talking about when I wrote it, you know. And they'll be like, yeah, there know so many people who have been here for 14 years, 10 years, and their German is not as good as yours. And I'll be like, okay, first of all, I called it something, like it was a necessity for me to learn the language, because I came here to study, so I couldn't just, you know, Nigeria they carry last. That is also something else I have to put out there. You have to know your goal. You have to know where you're coming from. That you have Nigerian parents back home waiting for you to come home with a certificate, and you cannot present this certificate if you don't know how to speak the language, because all your lectures and everything will be in German. Now guys, I want to tell you a story that changed my life 360 degrees in terms of learning German language. I can still remember there's this day that I was still, let me just say, that was my first month in Germany, and I was enrolled in German class. So I, like in the German class, the teacher was just speaking German and every other thing, which is understandable, but to me it was it was such a chaos, because back in Nigeria I was taught German in English language. I don't know if you understand, but we are being taught in German in English language, and also in the class, you know, we just speak our English, we speak our broken English. So despite the fact that I did German language 9 months in Nigeria, when I came here I couldn't understand Shigbaim. Like, I wasn't even understanding anything they are saying, you know. This is someone who did 9 months of Deutsch course. It's not because let me tell you guys, I wasn't dulling. Like I was among the only 2 people who passed that exam. So I was top. I was top. I can adjust my cap right now and say it proudly. Like, we were 100 people who took their examination, and only 2 people passed it, and I was among those 2 people. It was just myself and this other guy, you know. So fast forward to when I was in the Deutsch course here. There was this day that the teacher said that we won't be having a class the next day, and I didn't understand what she said, you know. Big head me usually went to school that day. It was cold. It was cold. It was freaking cold. But still, I went to school that day, and on my arrival, I didn't see anybody. I was like, okay, what is happening right now? And they were like, okay, you guys don't have classes today. I'm like, but nobody told me. Keine hat mir das so gesagt. And then the teacher was like, nein, ich hab's dort gestern gesagt im Unterricht. Ich war, guys, do you know what happened? I left the school that day crying. Like, I went to the train station while I was waiting for my train, and I sat down there. I cried because I felt so stupid. I felt so dumb. I don't know, I just felt so bad that I left the comfort of my house. I came out in this cold and there was no class. That was the day I sat down and I told myself, listen, Amara, you are going to learn this language. Like, I made myself that promise, and up until today I haven't gone back. So I think that there's something that has to happen to you before you can actually take this language seriously. A wise man once said to me, you've not properly learned how to speak German language until you dream in German. I'm going to let that sink for a minute. Okay, a minute is over. Did you guys get me? You've not properly learned how to speak German language until you dream in German. And guys, it happened. Like, what I mean by dream in German is that, like, in your dream you see yourself speaking German. And it happened to me. It happened to me like 2 years or a year and some months after he told me that. I called him, like, okay, I didn't call him, but the next time we spoke, I told him, yes, it has happened. I have dreamt in German. He was like, yeah, now you are in the system, you know. So what am I saying? I'm not saying that you have to dream in German for you to. I'm not sure it happens to everybody, but I'm just telling you guys my experience. Like, myself and German language has been a very big roller coaster, and I am talking too much, and I didn't intend for this video to be this long. But I am talking too much, so let's go back to the next points that I have for you guys. Next thing I will highly suggest is for you to read books, read newspapers, magazines, anything that helps you. I personally didn't take that road because I found it boring. Like, I have never read any newspaper or any magazine in Deutsch. I have never finished a novel in Deutsch. Like, I always start, and after the first chapter I am already bored. I am tossing it out of the window, you know. I found out that I learn more when I hear people speak, when I listen to them, kind of get to know the circumstances where they speak certain phrases and things like that, or where they use certain words. And it's up to you, you know. It's up to you to decide how best you learn. If you think you can grasp it more by reading newspapers and novels, then go for it, you know. But me, I just think it's a bit too boring for me. So what I did and still do up to today is that I no longer watch films in English. I always watch them in German, and then the subtitle will be in English, so kind of, you know, cross-reference everything I am hearing. But yeah, if newspapers and novels work for you, then go for it, girl. Yeah, the next thing I have on my list is for you to watch German movies, and also try to sometimes put off the subtitle, because when you have the subtitle, sometimes it could be a bit distracting. You kind of sometimes gravitate towards just reading the subtitles and not actually listening to what they are saying. But if you can, I would suggest that you take off the subtitle, or even make the subtitle in Deutsch, so you kind of, you know, at the same time look at the spelling, the articles and things like that. And another thing I know that so many people, like even I myself, still find very difficult are the articles and the conjugation, the daddy das. It's just on another level altogether. Like up until today, you learn articles every day, and I would really suggest that you guys take this article seriously, because the whole essence of German language is the articles, okay? How you conjugate them, where to use them, and for who also, because we have the formal and informal part of something I do nowadays in terms of article is that I try to like follow my intuition. What could this be? Is it das Mädchen or die Mädchen? Because in the beginning I really didn't understand the whole meaning behind it. But die is feminine, das is neutral, and there is masculine. So I was like, okay, if Mädchen is girl, it should be like die Mädchen, nicht das Mädchen, you know. So but then I realized that everything that stops with Shen has das as the article. Okay, that is a whole new video altogether. If you guys want me to kind of give you tips on how to, you know what articles goes, there are certain rules. I would say there are certain rules, because when I was learning I thought it was impossible. I thought there was no rule, but then as you progress you understand that there are certain rules and guidelines, and maybe how you could sometimes know which article goes with which word. So the next thing I would highly recommend is that you get a job. Getting a job exposes you to the formal world. Like you go out of your comfort zone, go out of your friendship zone, your classmate zone, every other thing, and now you are going into the professional level. So it's to kind of help you, you know, like, how do I put this? To not be so comfortable. It will help you to be eager. Like, how do I put this? I don't know. Getting a job helps you step out of your comfort zone, helps you step out of your feeling of, okay, if I make a mistake now, nobody's gonna laugh at me and it's not really going to be a problem or things like that, or maybe people will correct me, and yeah, you see that you always strive to say the right things, to do better, because then you know you have customers to please, your boss to please, and then your co-workers who probably won't like you. So you know, it kind of helps. It helps you to cut down on your mistake and buckle up. And then of course you definitely have to practice, because if you don't practice, my dear, you're just gonna watch it slide away, like fly out of the window, which was what happened to me. This is how I prep for my videos, you see. So yeah, it happened to me after my Dutch course in Nigeria. There was no one to practice it with. You know, I was just at home, and that was how I came here, and I couldn't even understand everything they were saying. I was like, okay, you did Dutch class 9 months and you can't understand shit, like. So guys, like I say, that I'll be showing you guys a few books that helped me while I was doing my own Dutch course. So it depends actually on what your teacher wants you to use and what is still in session at the point, okay? At any point in time you're doing your German language. But this is what I used, and it's called Mittelpunkt. So this is the one for the B1. The German language course are categorized into levels A1, A2, A3 and B1. Is there A3? I don't know. But this is the one for the B1 plus. And then I have this other one for C1. I did up to C1, and I took my Feststellungsprüfung at the Studentenkolleg, and I got a 2 plus. So you can do it. And the good thing about this book is that they always come with CDs. As you can see, I never used it because at that point we didn't have a CD player, so I never listened to the CDs. I only did the book, and this book is really a nice book because inside here you have like what do you call it, Übungs. You have here Übungs that you have to, okay, I think I didn't do this one. Yeah, so something like this. Now you have übungs, right, that you always have to solve. Some of them might be assignments, and some you just have to do them in classes. And now coming to the learning materials you need for your Aufnahmeprüfung for entrance student colleague, I would highly recommend, guys, I get a lot of questions about this on Instagram, on my YouTube page. What do I learn for the Aufnahmeprüfung? I'm sorry. So these are the 2 books that I use, and these books, guys, they are miracle. Like, I will actually call them that because they are so good. Now, this depends on what you actually have to write for your Aufnahmeprüfung, because in some universities you have to write, depending on your course, you have to write subjects like math, biology, and I know I wrote biology when I took the entrance examination for Uni-Mainz and Deutsch. But then in most cases, all the Deutsch examinations are Lückentest. And in this Lückentest, it's basically where they're like, as you can see, guys, I have solved all of them. I have here, this is the one I started with. This is the one for B1, and this is the one for B2 and C1, and this is the one I started with. Yeah, this is the one I started with. I started with this on B1. This is easier than this, but then after doing this, I was like, okay, let me go to a more difficult one. So I got this one. So I solved all these books like 3 times before my examination. As you can see, it's basically like this, like they blank out a few words and then expect you to fill, just like filling the gap. Yes, just like filling the gap, you know. They might just give you like the first letters of this word. Zum Beispiel jetzt sollst du ein Wort, so sagen wir jetzt Wohnung jetzt schreiben sollt, und du bekommst so W, O, H, und dann kommt so eine Lücken und du sollst einfach mal raten, was in diese Lücken kommt. And for something like this, you have to have like thousands of practice in order to pass this Lücken test. So yeah, the name of the book is Mut zur Lücke. Look at it here. So if you want to screen grab it, you could screen grab it. You can find these 2 books at Hugendubel. That is where I got my own, or maybe online, I don't know, but that was where I got my own. So yeah, that's it. That is it for learning German today. It's not something that you can learn just like that. It's not possible, okay? So I'm sorry to disappoint you. There is no shortcut, there's no easy way. You have to sit down. I'm almost 4 years into this and I'm still learning every day. But then the good thing about it is that when you learn it, you feel so happy, you know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video helps someone. If this video didn't help you, I'm sorry. But I hope it helps someone. So yeah, bye. That's all I have. So please stop asking me on my Instagram. If anybody asks me on my Instagram, I'll just refer that person to this video. If you know anybody asking questions on how they can learn German language, refer these people to this video, okay? Share it. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment. Are there other tricks and tips you would like to give people, like you're learning German language or you have learned it and you're superb? Kudos to you. And you know any tip you think I forgot, just write it down in the comment section below, and you know, let's just help each other out. And God bless you as you learn your German language. Twale, it is not easy. This language is a motherfucking bastard. It's not easy. I'm sorry for the motherfucking. But yeah, good luck. Good luck. I wish you that. You really need a lot of that. So yeah, bye. Do not forget to subscribe, okay?